Welcome back, scrap mechanics and Mahula fans, to the Mahula Brothers Incorporated YouTube channel. Bringing you today the tutorial on how to make or how to build the Mahula Walker Baby Jack, or should I say Mahula Walker Mark 6, which I have dubbed. I dubbed the Baby Jack. So, from here, I had to actually, right before recording, I had to actually remember how to make this thing. So we'll start off with the base. It's going to be 4 wide for the chair, and then 4 tall, like so. And I did have to measure it again. Okay, that is the basic frame of the body. So we need 2 tall for the shock, 1 for the joint. 2 tall for the shock, 1 for the joint. So this is going to be the top, where the sports jack, the sports suspension shock absorber will sit, because it does make walking a little bit more stable, keeps the walker from flipping over, and at the same time making the walker a little bit wider helps a little bit too. So from here, as you can see, we pulled out one, put the suspension there, then this is your central pivot point for the legs. Then from there we count out 3. Actually 3 from the center, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Same thing on the other side. We'll keep working things symmetrically. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, like so. And then add your bearings for the elbow, knees of the walker. And then from here, what you do is you have to count to make sure that 1, 2, 3, 4. We want the legs from here to be 1, 2, 3, 4 long. Okay. Now, you might think that, oh, wait a minute, if I do this and have the feet down, is the bottom of the walker going to hit the ground? No. The way we're going to be positioning the legs, the bottom of the body of the walker will be fairly far from the ground. Far in the sense of it'll probably be constantly 2 blocks high. So from here, we got that. Then we add the feet. I like to do... Oh, that's concrete. Haha. Looks almost the same color, okay, as the metal. So I like to keep the feet metal. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't make the whole leg metal, but the bottom of the leg metal, maybe even the ankle, if you want to call it the ankle, make that metal. The weight of the feet does help a little bit with the stability. Oh, I messed up already. Alright, so notice what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to bring out one of the legs. And you want to have it balanced. As you can see here, this is brought out 1, and this leg over here is not. So that means the opposite leg has to be brought out 1. Let's do that. Like so, and there you go. Put the feet in, and then we'll put a little bit of aesthetic in that I didn't have in the previous video. I like to use these little orange wedges as toes. I'm not going to need that. Perfect, it's already in the correct position. So we'll just go all the way around. Actually, yes, and I like to put a little toe on the side here, which helps with the sway stability. Stability against sway. The way we have everything now, the dimensions of the legs, these side toes and the toes on the ends will not collide with anything on the mech. As long as you do the same count of cubes, as I've done here. Now, we have the basic skeleton done. Okay, just always remember that one pair of legs in the complete opposite, to make it a little bit easier for you, must be sent out one. And then you have your 6 joints. Okay? Now, to create the body. So from here, 1, 2, 3. So the central arm here is 3 out, so you want to go out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I said 4. Oh yeah, see that? It's 1 out from the legs. It'll help with stability. This is the original. What I'm doing here is I'm giving you the original design. One thing that I would recommend if you want to do it from the beginning, but I'm going to give you the original design here, is that you can probably make the bottom out of metal to make it even more stable, but this is the original design. And you have the skeletone. Alright, now what I did with the other one is you need to have a counterbalance. So in that one I had, was it that much? No, it wasn't. It wasn't that much. It was this much. What you have here is, you need this counterbalance in the front of your vehicle, because what happens here is that this central pivot point is rotational. It's trying to rotate the legs in a direction, and since your body of the car is not touching the ground, the only thing that's touching the ground is another foot. It's trying to actually use the weight of the body as a counterbalance, negative inertia, against the central rotational. So you have to remember that you have to keep your walker front heavy. That's why, like I said before, if you want to make the bottom make it out of metal, it'll make the balancing a little bit easier, make your walker more stable. But this is the original design. So from there on, original design. I said I was going to use the other seat, but I won't. I'll use the driver's seat, and I put the driver's seat there. Didn't I? I think so. Okay. And then what you'll need next is you'll need a controller and a switch. You're going to need the push button switch and a controller. Put it anywhere like so, preferably in the middle to stay balanced. I like to keep the button in the back somewhere, like so. And there you have it. That is the walker. Now let's program it. So the button to the controller, controller to the driver's seat. No, sorry, button to the driver's seat. And then the controller to the joints. Now, to keep things organized, I like to keep one set 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6 on the other side. Just so it keeps things separated, segregated. Now, always remember that the central pivot point, the central bearing, must be rotating forward, and then the other ones on the same leg are rotating backwards. All you have to do is right click, and then that goes ahead and reverses them, just like for a steering bearing. Same thing here. That's backwards, this rotating forward, and these are rotating backwards. Think of them as wheels. The central point needs to be a forward moving wheel, and then the knee joints need to be backwards moving. Okay, perfect. Now let us program the walker. So just to show you right now, if I take it off the jack, the legs are flat. The legs must be rotating at a 90 degree You must have a 90-degree difference against each other. Okay? And the easiest way to do that is not simply just offset one leg 90, but I would recommend offsetting everything by 45. So the first set of legs, the one side of the walker you set to 45 degrees, and then the other side of the walker you set to positive 45 degrees. Okay, and then the rest is just one step, full 360. Okay. Speed, I would not go past halfway, because if it goes any faster, it becomes too unstable and then it'll flip itself over. Flip itself in a sense of it'll kick itself in the air. It won't topple over, it'll kick itself in the air. So I like to keep it semi-slow, so let's try that speed, and then have it infinite, have the infinite loop on. And you're set, ready to go. Oops, we're still on the jack. Jack. See, and then you want the legs to start off this way. 45 degrees off. 90 degrees off of each other, off of each side, but then a 90-degree difference. All right, 45 degrees from the ground. Now, let's go for a run. And we're walking with the Baby Jack Mahula Walker Mark 6. This is your brain on Mahula. Any questions? Oh, I forgot a toe. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't know about this game yet, is that I don't know about the infinite loop and the push button, because sometimes it stops and sometimes it doesn't. So I think it's because I'm not doing anything else in this world. It's completely flat, that if I hold it down, or if you had a switch, it would keep going, but if you let it go, then it would stop at the end of the cycle. Let's learn. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's done. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Nope. It stops. 2, 3, 4. Oh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. It stops. Okay. I guess because in our other world, in the previous videos, it's lagging so much because we have so much stuff going on that it does that. Now, for the piece de resistance, and to mark off that this is the Mahula Mark 6, we put ducks. 6 ducks. Let's put you on the legs. Let's put you on the legs. The Mark 6. Well guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked the tutorial. Any further questions, any comments, please go ahead. I'd love to talk, I'd love to interact. Please like, favorite, share the videos, and tell your friends. I do have a couple other designs for walkers that I will show off, but I'll show off this one first because this is the best one I've seen so far, that I've done myself so far. As always, the Mahula PSA, if you do watch a YouTube video from an independent YouTuber on a non-YouTube website, please go directly to that YouTuber's YouTube channel on youtube.com and show your love directly. We would greatly appreciate it, all of us. And as always, how does he say it? Stay thirsty, my friends. Stay hungry like a zombie. Keep frosty. And be safe out there in the real world. And don't take any risks that we would take for you in the virtual world so that you don't have to. Be safe out there, friends.